kita tak nafikan. Apa yang sedang dibincangkan lebih hangat lagi, ya, dalam setiap parti ialah siapa jadi calon. Okay? Siapa jadi calon? Very important. Okay? Siapa jadi calon? Saya ada di sebuah negeri sebelum ini, ya, di mana ya, ada seorang bangkit soal, ya, dalam sesi soal jawab. The Presiden, kenapa dalam kawasan ini you benarkan 4 bakal calon bersaing? Ya, so dia kata, bolehkah yakinkan 3 orang tarik diri lah, seorang jadi calon lah, senang. Okay? Oh, saya kata senang. Okay? Tetapi ada 4 calon atau bakal calon kata mereka sanggup. Okay? Kalau buat masa sekarang, saya kata tak boleh. Kita sudah bertentangan dengan demokrasi. Okay? Tetapi akhirnya parti kena buat keputusan. Cuma seorang calon saja yang akan dipilih. Okay? Tak akan kita hantar 4 calon. Semua dari gerakan, semua dari barisan. Mana boleh. Okay? So kita akan buat keputusan. Tetapi sebelum kita buat keputusan, kita buat penilaian, ya. Kita tengoklah, biarlah mereka bersaing sikit. Selagi kalau mereka tak tikam dari belakang, kalau mereka tikam dari belakang, ini calon yang tak baik lah. Sebelum bermula sudah tikam orang lain. Okay? Okay, so kita tengok karakter, kita tengok gaya, ya. Tapi sekarang ini kita mungkin buat lain. Dulu kita buat keputusan kurang daripada seminggu sebelum pencalonan. Yeah, last time we make decision quite often, to the last minute, alright? But those times it worked, because those time our machinery and also there was no tsunami. It was the political landscape was very different, was very positive for Barisan, for Gerakan, so that if we put any candidate, alright, then boom. The machinery didn't work also, it will go. Alright? So, but now it's very different. Alright? So, in answer to the saudara who say, why don't you get the 3 to undur diri, to tarik diri, to voluntarily withdraw? I say, do you think it's so simple? I go and talk to them and say, can you voluntarily withdraw? Okay? Then I jokingly say, maybe what I can say is that if we would withdraw, we will nominate you as Datuk lah. Then they all laugh. Then some people say, well, nowadays better to take the Datuk than to be candidate, no? Alright? Wow. It's all calculation. Everybody come up with abacus and, 算盘啊，打滴滴答答滴滴答答, Alright? This is I'm learning from our former president lah. He say, 算盘啊，打个滴滴答答. Okay? 可是我告诉你啊，人算不如天算啊。哎，你打得这么响啊，人民不支持你也没有用啊。OK，天不支持你也没有用啊。OK， 所以我是说，大家心要放宽一点。OK， 可能是塞翁失马。OK， 你们要有诚意，我们大家要有诚意。What I say is that, you can calculate all you want lah. But as a saying, man proposes, God disposes. Okay? God will dispose, God finally will decide. Not just the party, the people will decide. But the people decide also because a lot of circumstances. Okay? For example, if you are bad luck, alright? During the polling day, there's a big flood. People will all blame you, you Barisan candidate. How come you don't take care of the flood? Ampoi habis. Okay? Right? So, come on. You do your best. Alright? We will try our best to make the best choice. Alright? But don't have this impression that the seat belongs to your great-great-great-grandfather. Alright? No, it belongs to the party. But finally, the seat actually belongs to the people. Alright? The seat belongs to the people. It's decided by the people, right? So let us all, I'm saying this not because there's a lot happening. Yeah, there's some happening. Yes, But then some people console me. They say, maybe it's not such a bad sign, you know. Because under such circumstances, in almost every area, you have more than one interested, you know. Okay? That means that there are people still willing and still feel that they can be proud to be a candidate of Gerakan. Okay? Right? So let us take it positively. Alright? Maybe partly because I've been talking so much that I lost my voice lah. Alright? Okay? But you must understand, you know, that finally it's decided by the people. Even if the party or the division say, no, we want this one. Okay, you put this one, right? But the people reject. You win in the party, but you lose with the people. What for, right? But for the party to make decision is also not easy, okay? Now, I must admit that party leaders are also human beings, you know, right? They are also affected by all these things, you know. I try not to be affected lah, you know. I try to be a good Buddhist. Every time I'm going to be affected, I say, Omi Tofo, you know. Alright? Alright? But it no doubt affected. That's why we need checks and balances. That's why this time we even set up a committee to go around to assess candidates as an independent way of doing it. Right? But some people say, you decide lah, you president, you decide. Oh, we are very easy. Huh? What if you are the president? Then I'm going to say that you state chairman decide. Of course, in KLFT, I can't say that lah. In KLFT, I say, you state chairman decide, I have to decide. Right? But in every state, the state chairman has to also recommend and decide. And take responsibility. Because our state chairman is an elected chairman. Remember, our state chairman is an elected state chairman. Right? Only in states that, you know, have got, you know, the state chairman left, like what happened to KLFT, I took over lah for a while. Right? But the thing is that you must look at it in the final analysis, the people that decide. Okay? So we have to decide on who will get the most support from the people. We have to make assessment, and it's not easy. Because if you ask the party members, oh, they will support whoever they like, right? Okay? Whoever they work with. Then you go and ask other sources, sure to conflict one. Okay? Sure to conflict one, right? And finally, we still have to make the most difficult decision. Alright? So I'm thinking about actually getting every potential candidate to sign, you know. Right? To sign it. I'm grateful to be considered as a candidate. Right? If accepted as a candidate, I will do my best, blah, blah, blah. But also, most important, the information I give is all true. That I'm not facing bankruptcy, I don't have police record and all that, you know. Although we check all that lah, okay? Alright? Then finally, one statement is, if I'm not selected, I pledge to support the candidate selected by the party. Okay? Now, you're willing to sign, then we'll consider you. If you're not willing to sign, sorry. Okay? I mean, it has to be like that, you know. So we are thinking about doing something different now, alright? But something that's fair, right? That's more open than before, because we are facing a very challenging situation, alright? But as I said, I'm actually glad that in almost every area, but of course in some areas very difficult to win one, very difficult to cari calon, you know, right? But I must pay tribute to two persons, two youth leaders, okay, who are in the most difficult seat, and yet they are still working, all right? That one doesn't mean that I endorse them as candidate, okay? I want to tell you, it all happens that these two kawasan also sounds almost the same. One is called Kepong, ends with O-N-G, Ong, right? The other one is called Tanjong, J-O-N-G, Jong. So Kepong and Tanjong, right? We have never won, right? Since 82. 82, also I won once. Since 78, we have never won in Kepong, okay? And yet we have two Kiong there, alright? In Kepong, we have Lau Hui Kiong working his head off and heart off, right? But almost certain cannot win. You look at how many votes last time we lost. Alright? But he's working very hard every day, working service, everything service. So that's why we have decided to appoint him to the Central Bureau for Public Complaints and Service. Okay? Alright? But that doesn't mean you don't work in Kepung anymore. You still have to continue to work. And you work until you lose more weight, then that means you work, Now the other one is Otong Kyong. Otong Kyong, our Timbalan Ketua Pemuda in Tanjung. Also sure one, very difficult to win. Last time in 82, I won by 1.2% of the votes only, 800 votes out of 40,000, I won. But recounted, the results was not issued until 5 a.m. in the morning one, Okay? Then the next time Lim Kik Siang came, I lost by 11,000 votes. Okay? But fortunately, I beat Kik Siang after that in 95 Right? Okay? So, but it is actually very difficult, right? But the spirit is there. And I hope that the same spirit applies in other areas. Alright? Not as difficult as Kepong and Tanjung. Okay? Then there might be some competition, let there be some competition. Right? But open heart, open mind. Alright? But we will consult as many people as possible. We will consult also the veterans, the young, all that in the party. We will consult as much as possible. Okay? But I can tell you, of course, no decision is perfect 100%. No decision will please everybody. Alright? And I don't intend to please everybody. Okay? So that is why we have to look at it with an open heart and open mind. What is important is the struggle of the party. The principle of the party must continue. Okay? Yeah? Ini yang amat penting. Alright? We must always remember people first. Okay? People first. Satu hati untuk satu Malaysia, people first.